Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Kat. I am the Nurse Flipper. This is your first time here. Welcome. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you learn a lot from my videos. I am going to show you what sold on eBay. Today is Friday, December 4th, 2020, and we had a slow day yesterday, so we did under $150. We do have $195.69 going out today. That's some from yesterday, some from today. I am going to show you those items, and hopefully you find some stuff that you didn't know to increase your sales. All right, guys, so the first item up, this is a vintage gunned walrus. You can see the tag there. I did get this at the thrift store for 99 cents. This little guy is really soft. So when you are at the thrift store garage sales, if there's some plush that are softer than the rest, take a look at them. This gun walrus, I paid 99 cents. He sold for $29.99 plus shipping. The buyer is $41 in on this little pink walrus, and I knew he would sell good because I comped him in the store. Up next, and this one actually is not going to ship today. I'm waiting to hear from the buyer. This is a little St. Patrick's. It is Relpo, and this is vintage from the 1980s. It was a little planter. And this buyer gave me a paragraph about the shipping, went back and forth with me on price, and it just kind of given me some weird vibes. So sometimes you can tell which buyers might be more likely to give you problems. This one I think definitely would. I went back and looked at the pictures because when I pulled this, I noticed there's a chip, if you see right there in the middle, which is noticeable in the photos. However, I did not point it out in my description. So I'm not sending this out until she answers me stating she saw the chip and she is okay with that, because I can see the problems before they're even starting. So if she says she does, I will ship it out on Monday. It will go out late, but I would rather it go out late than end up dealing with a bunch of problems later on down the road. So it also, and this was in manufacturing, has a chip there. So yeah, we'll see. If she says to cancel, I will relist and make sure that I notate that in words in my description. Next is this vintage Oscar de la Renta scarf. That's a great name for scarves. Watch out for them. It's a really thin, long one. And this one I did just put green, red, blue. I put paisley, and I'm not really sure why there's no paisley on that. I should have put color block in the title for this kind of pattern, and I didn't, but it's still sold. I paid $1. It sold for $18.99 plus shipping. The buyer is $24.99 all in on the scarves. The scarves are pretty easy to find while you're out thrifting, and sometimes at garage sales. I've also seen them at estate sales. Typically they're only $1 or $2 unless they're very high name brand, and you can sell them for $10 to $20 mostly on average, but some of the scarves are worth hundreds of dollars. Hermes is one of the ones that sells really high. Up next, and I only have one more piece of her jewelry left, so I might have to get some more soon. This is Betsey Johnson. You can tell on her jewelry because it has that little BJ there. And I paid a few dollars for this and a lot. I am way in the profit. I sold one piece for more than I paid for the whole lot. This pair of earrings sold for $17 plus shipping. The buyer is $23.11 in. Betsey Johnson is a great brand to watch for as far as jewelry. Also, some of her handbags sell very well. She has some shoes and clothes, but I'm not very familiar with those to give advice. But definitely keep an eye out for her jewelry. The bigger the bigger pendants can sell upwards of a couple $100s if they were discontinued and they're rare. Up next is this Harley Davidson black on black, which is what I put in my title, embroidered hat. This one does not have a location or anything. It is faded on the top. I do make sure that I show that when I photograph them. I don't want the buyer to not realize what they're getting. I paid $1 for that at a garage sale about 3 weeks ago now. It sold for $17.99 plus shipping. The buyer's $22.99, all in on that. Up next is this vintage Mesquite, Texas map. And I actually have 2 of these. I paid less than $1 in an Ephemera lot. And this one sold for $15 plus shipping. The buyer is $21.65, all in on that map. So I say it a lot. I will say it again. Make sure you guys keep an eye out for those vintage maps. And the national park brochures do very well, and just tourist attraction pamphlets and brochures do really good. Next are some NFL experience Super Bowl collector series. These are from 1993. They are sealed. Bought these in a lot, thinking I was going to sell cards, but I thought wrong. And they sold for $4.50 plus shipping. The buyer is $9.47. All on those. And we have these cute little mice here. They are little vintage patches, and I got them in a big 3-drawer tote. I paid $20 for the whole thing. It was full of vintage patches, scrapbook supplies, and a lot of stickers, things like that. I haven't really listed the scrapbook supplies and stickers. I probably need to list them locally because I don't feel like going through all of it listing them. But these patches sold for $7, free shipping. Shipping will be under $3, and we will make $4 on that. This is a Izod floral golf skirt. It is a size 2. The smaller sizes are harder to sell. The big lot of golf clothes I got were all size 2, 4, and 6. And they have sold okay. Not horrible, but better than I expected. So these we have less than 50 cents, and they sold for $13.50 plus shipping. The buyer is $18.15, all in on those. If you haven't joined my channel membership, today would be the perfect time to do so because our monthly members live is tomorrow. I added some really, really cool emojis for the members to use in the live chat and premiere chat. So they're probably using them right now. And if you're not a member yet, you can have your store reviewed. Come in and watch me review other people's store, which helps you learn how to improve your store and just hang out. It is with only me, not a full panel of people, so it's a little more personal, and I would love to see you guys join the channel. All right, so I'm going to pick up showing you what sold on Wednesday and Thursday while I was working. A lot of times this stuff doesn't get into videos because I have 15-hour days, but because sales were so slow on Friday, I am going to insert them here. First, you will see a vintage quilted Christmas poinsettia table runner. This one was 14 by 68, and it sold for $20 plus shipping. The buyer's $30.67. And as you will see, this is just a plain quilted tablecloth or table runner, and you can find these at garage sales and thrift stores for pretty cheap, and it sold for $20, which isn't too bad. And then next we sold 2 calligraphy books. These books I have had for a while. I am in the profit on them, and I paid less than, I want to say like a quarter each for these. I sold 2 of them for $4 plus shipping. The buyer was $8 in on the books plus the shipping. Next, and this is not a sterling silver piece. This is a really pretty black and red onyx necklace. I got this in a jewelry lot, paid less than $1, and it sold for $25 plus shipping. The buyer was $31.54 all in. With jewelry, keywords are important. You'll see up there what keywords I use. Make sure you are trying to think like a buyer and put in keywords that people might search for when they're looking for your item. If you're not using all 80 characters of the title, you definitely are missing out on opportunities to have more people see your item by adding extra keywords. Next is another leather jacket. This one I did get for free as well. This one sold for $30 plus shipping. The buyer is $45.70 all in. I have said it here recently. I will say it again. If you see leather jackets, I would say especially if they're older, people like vintage leather jackets and they're $5 or around that price point, I would pick them up. Most times you can get at least 20, sometimes up to a couple $100 for those jackets. Next is a Brighton cuff bracelet. So this is not sterling silver. It's not 14 karat gold. The big thing is that it's a Brighton. So Brighton has a great jewelry brand to watch out for while you're thrifting or at estate sales. And this one sold for $20 plus shipping. The buyer's $27.24 all in. I was less than $1 in. Brighton purses can do well also, so keep your eye out for those. This one I was able to find the exact bracelet and sold comp, so I do have the new tag price, but this one was not. And then we have this vintage 1978 Garfield coffee mug, and it doesn't go for a ton of money, but all of this little stuff adds up. If you watch my last $50 an item higher, you will hear that only about 5% of my, I think it was either 5 or 15% of my sales were over $50. The majority are these smaller ones, so they definitely do add up. Garfield mug, I paid 50 cents for it, sold for $10 plus shipping. The buyer is $21.09 all in on that. Next, this is the highest that I have sold of these leather gloves. This is a vintage brown pair of leather gloves. They weren't even name brand. They were size 8. They did have a tag that say it made in Italy, and they sold for $29.99. Buyer was $37.99 all in. I bought probably 50 to 100 pairs of gloves. I paid less than 50 cents each. So I'm starting to learn a little bit about these gloves. When I pick these lots up, I learn which brands are selling well, and that way I kind of pinpoint more. So if I pick up more gloves, I'll know more of what look is selling better. Up next is a frying pan Tefal. So I watch for pots and pans whenever I am out thrifting and at garage sales. I paid $1 for this at a garage sale. It sold for $12.45 plus shipping. The buyer was $26.50 all in on that. Then we have this awesome little ephemera. This is Casa de las Tesoras, maybe Mexico. And this is from 1958. I paid less than $1 for it. It sold for $11.99 plus shipping. The buyer was $16.66 all in on that. And then we have this Ann Taylor sweater. So these clothes are not something that I would typically pick up while I was outsourcing, but this came in a lot with golf clothes that I bought from an estate auction. I paid less than 50 cents. It sold for $11.99 plus shipping. The buyer was $24.99 all in on that. And then we have this vintage brass deer brooch. I put brass or copper. I wasn't sure which metal it was, and it's okay to do that. It was 2.5 inches, and it sold for $15 plus shipping. The buyer was $18.85 all in on that. Next is a little Boyd's Bear. Boyd's Bear is hit or miss. This one we only made a couple of dollars on. It is a little angel. It sold for $7 free shipping. I was less than 50 cents in. Shipping was about $3. So we only made a couple of dollars on that. But again, all of this little stuff definitely adds up. Next were some KD Christmas towels, holiday towels, and theme towels can sell really well. These are just 2 little plain kitchen towels with like Santa's belt on them. They were very cute, and they sold for $15 plus shipping. The buyer was $21.98 in on 2 kitchen towels. So don't pass up your linens. There are some bed skirts, bed sheets, some shower curtains that can sell in the hundreds if you find the right brand. This was a little copper cross. It was signed. I paid less than 50 cents. It did take about 8 months to sell, so a little bit longer, and it sold for $8.50 plus shipping, or sorry, $9.50 plus shipping. The buyer was $15.44 all in on that. Next was a retail arbitrage. This is a Florida Gators long sleeve shirt. I did get it at my local Walmart for $2. It sold for $13.74, free shipping, which was about $3. So we're still making about a $7 profit on that. If you're at Walmart and there are college or NFL, really any sports shirts or items like that, and they're on clearance for really cheap, I would pick them up. I paid $2 and bought a whole bunch of these shirts. Next are two vintage Star Glow plates. I am in the profit on this lot. I did sell a lot of other pieces, and these two plates sold for $29.99 plus shipping. The buyer was $40 all in, and you'll see up there this Atomic Star mid-century modern look sells very, very well right now. That is one of the things that are in. So if you see mid-century modern looking items and they're cheap, I would pick them up. Next is a Tonala, and I don't know if you can see there's a Tonala vase there. I love Tonala. It is just a type of art from Mexico. This was a Tonala bird. I picked up at an estate sale on the last day for half off. I paid $2 for it. It sold for $25 plus shipping. The buyer's $40.73 all in on that. I also sold this pair of blue leather gloves. So these gloves are moving out pretty decent at under $1 a piece. And this pair was $13.50 plus shipping. The buyer was $19.24 all in on those. The gloves are very easy to ship. You just put them in a small poly bag and that's it. They're not going to break. They're not fragile. So it's really easy to ship those. So I am liking the gloves just like the scarves. I really like adding non-breakables to my list. And I appreciate you guys watching. I will see my members tomorrow on the members only live. It is the monthly live, first Monday of every month. And I will see the rest of you on Tuesday. We will have Richard Otnip Draw Flips and also Miss Taffy on with us. So I will see you guys on the live chats. Bye.